Let me take you back to March 2022. Thousands of Indian students were stranded in Ukraine as the country was engulfed in a brutal war with Russia. The situation was dire with the reports of regular bombings and a lack of resources for students to access basic necessities. In this time of crisis, Prime Minister Modi and his government took swift action to ensure the safe return of Indian citizens from Ukraine. In fact, External Affairs Minister spoke of how India under Modi was able to use its influence to ensure safe passage at the peak of the war so that our students could be evacuated. This incident, viewers, has since then become a butt of joke for the opposition that often taunts Papa ne war rikwa di. The opposition used this to target PM Modi as he left for Moscow. In fact, many called it a PR stunt and questioned what it would achieve. As we speak, PM Modi has concluded his Russia trip by putting India and Indians first. He has been able to secure the release of those Indians who were duped into being inducted to fight alongside the Russian forces. The visit has been high on messaging too. When Prime Minister sat down with President Putin, he did not mince his words. PM Modi said that the death of innocent children was painful and terrifying. His message comes a day after a lethal strike on a children's hospital in Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. So this brings us to the big question. Will those who mocked Modi's Moscow trip now end the denial about his Mazboot diplomacy? Sample the reactions.
पिछले 40-50 साल से भारत आतंकवाद को झेल रहा है।
मुझे खुशी हुई कि यूक्रेन के विषय में हम दोनों अपने अपने विचार की चर्चा कर पाए, लेकिन उसमें भी जब मासूम बच्चों की कत्ल होती है तब हृदय छलनी हो जाता है। लेकिन मैं ये भी जानता हूं कि युद्ध के मैदान में समाधान संभव नहीं होते। बम, बंदूक और गोलियों के बीच समाधान और शांति वार्ताएं सफल नहीं होती हैं और हमने वार्ता के माध्यम से ही शांति के रास्ते अपनाने होंगे।
50 युवा भारत के रूस के सेना में भर्ती हुए हैं, यानी कि यहां भी अग्निवीर वहां भी अग्निवीर। पर ये क्या दर्शाता है कि हमारे युवा रूस के आर्मी में भर्ती हो रहे हैं, यानी कि यहां गरीबी है, बेरोजगारी यहां है, उनको रोजगार नहीं मिलता। हमारे नागरिक हैं और रूस के आर्मी में लड़ रहे हैं और 2 की मौत हुई है। तो क्यों हमारे नॉन बायोलॉजिकल प्रधानमंत्री इस पर चुप हैं? इस उठाना चाहिए। तो ये सब सवाल उठते हैं। युद्ध रोकने में मैं युद्ध रोकूंगा, मेरे वजह से युद्ध रुका है, वो सब दावा कर सकते हैं, पर असली बात तो ये है ना, ये 3 सवाल।
नरेंद्र मोदी जी का, उनकी डिप्लोमेसी, उनका विदेश नीति और नेतृत्व जो आज विश्व में एक अपनी स्थान रखता है, उसके कारण आज भारतीय सेना जो वहां पर गई थी, आज उनको वापसी होगी। सभी लोग अपने आप को गौरवान्वित महसूस करेंगे। और साथ साथ G20 के बाद आप लगातार देख रहे हैं जिस प्रकार से देश के प्रधानमंत्री पूरा नेतृत्व विश्व का आज मोदी जी की तरफ देखता है।
Let's quickly open this up. Shehzad Poonawalla stays on, Dr. Ranganathan stays on, Vivek Srivastava joins the panel, Lokesh Jindal also with us, and we have a special guest, Salman Zahoor Saeed, his brother of Mohammad Sufyan. Mohammad Sufyan, viewers, was tricked into fighting alongside the Russian forces. He's still in Russia. And the reason why we have Salman is because Prime Minister Modi has ensured that Indians who were recruited into Russian forces to fight for Russian forces will be set free, will be sent back home. सलमान, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आप टाइम्स नाउ पे बात कर रहे हैं और पूरा देश अब आपको देख रहा है, सुन रहा है। मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूं कि जब आपको ये खबर मिली कि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने वहां पे जो प्रेसिडेंट है पुतिन, उनसे बात करके ये अब फैसला ये तय हो गया है कि जो मोहम्मद सुफियान आपके भाई हैं और उनके जैसे और जो लोग हैं जो फंसे हुए हैं वो वापस आएंगे।
मैं सबसे पहले यही अपील करता हूं कि मेरा जो भाई है वो यूक्रेन में उनको रखा है फ्रंट लाइन में, तो उनको जल्द से जल्द वहां से पहले रिलीज करे, वहां से उनको मॉस्को में वगैरह लाके रखे। ये मेरी पहली रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं। उनको पहले अर्ली सेव करे, बाद में आपका जो भी प्रोसेस रहेगा मॉस्को का, वहां से फिर कुछ दिनों के बाद रिटर्न कर दे।
जी, और वो अब होगा क्योंकि प्रधानमंत्री ने जो वहां पे बातचीत की है वहां के सरकार से, उसमें ये फैसला लिया गया है कि जो भी भारतीय वहां फंसे हुए हैं, जैसे मोहम्मद सुफियान आपके भाई हैं और भी उनके साथ जो भारत के लोग हैं, उनको अब वहां से निकाला जाएगा, वो वापस आएंगे देश, बिल्कुल सेफ आएंगे।
हाँ, ये सुनकर तो हमें अच्छा लग रहा है अभी। तो बस यही हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी से कि जितना जल्दी हो सके उतना जल्दी उनको रिलीज करें वहां से, जितने इंडियन से उतने सारे।
ठीक है सलमान, आप क्या हमारे दर्शकों को बताना चाहेंगे कि कैसे सुफियान के साथ ये घटना कैसे हुई, कैसे उनको फंसा के वहां पे यूक्रेन भेज दिया गया?
मेरे भाई के साथ और 3 बंदे थे कर्नाटका गुलबर्गा डिस्ट्रिक्ट से। वो इमिरेट्स कंपनी में दुबई में काम करते थे। तो पिछले 2 साल से वहां पे काम कर रहे थे। तो 1.5 साल कंप्लीट होने के बाद उनको एक बाबा नाम का बंदा मिला, जो एजेंट जो वीलॉग चलाता है, बाबा वीलॉग से। तो उनसे कांटेक्ट करके उसके ऑफिस में जाके सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स वगैरह सबमिट करके आधा पेमेंट दुबई में उसने लिया था। और वहां से फिर उसने पूरा, जब तक आप मॉस्को पहुंचते नहीं है, जब तक आप किसी को बताना नहीं, ये वादा किया था। ऐसे झूठे वादे करके उसने पेमेंट वगैरह प्रोसेस करके भेज दिया था। और 16 नवंबर को यहाँ से गए थे मेरे भाई और बाकी के 5 लोग। एक बंदा जो था वो कश्मीर से था, एक बंदा गुजरात से था और 3 कर्नाटक।
Lokesh Jindal, Jairam Ramesh was speaking about Modi's Moscow visit yesterday, and among the other things he said that Prime Minister Modi must ensure the return of Indians. Otherwise, what will we make of the visit? It is high on rhetoric. That is now happening.
Pranay, before I answer this, can I ask my friend Salman over here, when did this happen? When was your brother made to go to Moscow? Which year it was?
Since last November.
Last
they have gone,
November.
16 November they have gone from here.
2023. Pranesh, the point is, it has been very long and we have had Indians suffering in Russia-Ukraine war. Why is it that we are responding so late? We have seen that Indians, they have died in the Russian-Ukraine war under missiles. I mean, there was news last year that an Indian, he succumbed to the wars. So it is basically the embassy and the council which is responsible for reaching out to all.
So you're saying
Indians.
this is too little, too late. Shehzad, respond to that.
First of all, Jairam Ramesh ji keeps calling Prime Minister non-biological. His party also called Prabhu Shri Ram mythological. So clearly they have a difficulty in living in reality, and therefore Rahul Gandhi ji's party denies existence of Shri Ram and they deny the existence of Prime Minister. But let me give you some existential facts that they need to counter themselves with. Today when the Prime Minister is in Russia, he is the only leader of any country who can talk to both United States and Russia, to Israel and to the Middle East. Today the fact of the matter is that any Indian stuck in any part of the world has been rescued and brought back safely, whether it's from Afghanistan, whether it's from Ukraine, whether it's from various parts of the world, Libya, Sudan, Somalia, all these parts of the world. If anybody has been brought back safely, it has only been in the last 10 years we've seen these rescue missions taking place. And I assure you that even these Indians, their safety and security will be taken care of by the government of India. But having said that, let me also ask a few questions about the illogical opposition people. Today we are in a situation where we are now in a place that we can give a befitting response to people on the issues of terrorism. Today the leader of Congress party, when the Prime Minister was there, he used to go to Sharm el-Sheikh and compromise our position. And today you have a situation where we are giving a befitting response, whether it's on terror. We are talking on our terms, whether it's fuel or fertilizer, technology or trade. Today we are part of SCO, we are also part of G7 and Quad. Today we are also ensuring that we get get the S-400 system, but we are also getting the Predator drones. I want to ask the non-logical opposition that you have Mr. Vivek Srivastava who said do away with our entire nuclear weapons. He is the one whose manifesto said that stop all relationships with the Quad and only have a relationship with China and Pakistan. Lokesh Jindal ji, ऐसे आप करते हैं, आपका alliance ये बोलता है. Do you support this ideas of your alliance?
Shehzad ji, even the warship that we have today.
No, that's okay. 1 minute. We don't have much time on the show. Let's quickly get in Vivek Srivastava. Dr. Ranganathan, you'll have the last word.
Yes. See, it's too late. Damage control is being done. यूक्रेन रशिया वॉर कब से हो रहा है, इंडियंस कब से लड़ रहे हैं. प्राइम मिनिस्टर वाज टू स्केयर्ड टू गो एंड टॉक बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रो अमेरिकन लाइन. And I mean the amount of marketing and the promotion of the American multinationals in this country and taking a pro-American line in everything. You have a new axis coming up. There is North Korea, there is China, there is Russia, there is Iran, and Pakistan is trying to enter it out, and we were simply outclassed and we were not a part of it. We do not click with any one of our neighbors. That is the reality of the foreign policy of this country. So thank God at least he went and he's trying to talk. I'm happy that at least he went, even if it is late, even if it is a damage control.
Axis with China in it, you will not obviously say anything about it.
No, I am against NATO. I am against NATO. I am against the American companies. I am against this dalali of the American companies in India, selling this Indian land in the name of Make in India. I am against it. Let's stop selling this country to the Americans. We suffered enough and we had to fight the British and gain independence. 100% FDI was never a model even for the BJP or Golwalkar. They also used to talk of Swadeshi Jagran Manch in 1991 when we used to fight against Manmohan Singh and Narasimha Rao. And then suddenly this new Prime Minister comes in 2014.
You've come
and 100%
prepared with
FDI.
a set of response. That was not even my question. But because you are prepared, you will say what you came prepared for. Dr. Ranganathan, we were talking about PM Modi's messaging, the delivery, he's ensuring of the safe release of the Indians who were recruited into the Russian military.
No, Pranesh, this time I'm afraid I completely agree with my good comrade Vivek because Coca-Cola is to blame. और अब तो ज्यादा हो गया, कोक जीरो भी आ गया है, सब उसकी गलती है. सारी फॉरेन पॉलिसी गलत है क्योंकि हम कोक और कोक जीरो खरीद रहे हैं. No, but look, the hypocrisy on display is just astonishing. Kamal hai yaar. Has the West or Ukraine or any of the 50 odd Islamic nations put sanctions on China for interning 1.5 million Muslims in concentration camps and forcibly sterilizing them and feeding them pork? Kiya hai ye? Have any activists asked for China to be blacklisted because it never apologized for the Tiananmen Square massacre that murdered 10,000 innocents? Now, I did not interrupt my comrade. Please do not interrupt because this is I can agree.
No,
Pranesh, this is sensitive matter.
I'm trying to tell you.
Please, okay. Vivek, this is very unbecoming of you. I know you're a communist, but still, hold your rein. Please hold your horses. Yeah. Look,
sure.
I know it is sensitive for Vivek because the only communist party of India, Marxist, was the only party in the world that publicly hailed the Tiananmen Square massacre. They hailed it. Manmohan Singh called India George Bush's greatest friend, even as he was bombing and killing Muslims in the Middle East because we wanted nuclear deal. Lekin ab halla pe lag gaye. Look, Europe, that 2 years into the Russian invasion of Ukraine, continues to buy, Pranesh, 13 million metric tons of coal, 43 billion cubic meters of gas, and 17.5 million metric tons of oil from Russia, and is lecturing India on morality and ethics. Germany is buying Russian fuel from Belgium and Holland. Europe is buying refined Russian fuel from Jamnagar, India. And what to say about the Americans? Just 30 seconds. You were importing 9% of your crude from Russia well beyond the Ukraine invasion. You sat on your bum when China violated the LSE in 2020. And it was Russia, erstwhile Soviet Union, that helped us in 1971 in US.
Right, Dr. Ranganathan, I'm sorry to interrupt you, cut you off there. Didn't mean to. Salman Saeed, because he's here. It's only befitting that he gets to have the last word. Salman, आप लास्ट में क्या कहना चाहेंगे? बताइए, देश सुन रहा है.
बस हमारी एक ही गुजारिश है प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी से, जयशंकर जी से और जो मॉस्को एम्बेसी है कि जल्द से जल्द हमारे भाई को रिलीज करे. काफी लेट हो गया है और घर के सारे परेशान है. पिछले 6-7 महीनों से बहुत परेशान है. तो जितना जल्दी हो सकता है उतना उनको रिटर्न और सेव करे.
थैंक यू सलमान। सिर्फ मोहम्मद सूफियान ही नहीं, भारत के जो और भी लोग वहां पे हैं सूफियान जैसे, वो सब वापस आएंगे। लेट्स सी व्हेन दैट हैपेंस। आई थैंक ऑल ऑफ यू जेंटलमैन फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन इंडिया फ्रंट। नाविता कुमार विद द न्यूज़ आर ऑन द अदर साइड।